Hello guys, can you hear me? Yeah, good evening. Good evening. Yeah, can you hear me, right? Yes. Okay, thank you. So the last session, any new guys here in this batch? Anyone new in this batch? Anybody new? Anybody new in this batch?
Actually, I missed the last session.
Okay, okay, no. Okay, you can go with the video. If you have any questions, let me know. Okay.
Okay, and one more doubt. What
Uh-huh.
about the notes?
Notes we will send you. See, there is a shared drive will be there, so you can watch here the session one and session two and session three, and here only we will upload the notes. Okay, you can check the notes. Okay, today I will update the complete notes, so you can view the notes. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Any other one? Any new on this batch? Okay, if you are any new in this batch, you just go with this one and two and three videos, okay? Because we are not started in the main one. There are main things I told you, right? The main things is what? Agile methodology, Jira, SDLC models, okay? These all are very, very important, okay? And functional testing and non-functionality testing. These all are very, very important, okay? Okay, recollecting the previous sessions, like what we done, the what is testing? Can anyone tell me what is testing? Anybody? What is testing? Can anyone?
Sir, verifying and validating the
Hmm.
application, that is called testing.
Okay, good. So what purpose we are doing the testing? For what purpose we are doing the testing? For what purpose we are doing the testing? What is your answer for that? We are doing the testing for what? Quality. Quality is very,
For
very important. Yeah,
sorry, yes, sir.
quality. Yeah, quality.
Quality.
Okay, no problem. Can anyone tell me what is the differences between manual testing and automation testing? What is the differences between manual testing and automation testing? Can anyone? Guys, every day I will ask the questions. Please answer it. Okay, whether it is right or wrong, that is secondary part. I want everyone should be participated. I want everyone should be participated. What is the differences between manual testing and automation testing? Can anyone?
Sir, in
Manual
manual testing,
Hmm.
manual testing is done by using manually by
Hmm.
using uh, uh, using Excel.
Without using any tools. Yeah.
Many
Hmm.
any tools. Whereas in automation, we use certain quality software tools like
Yes.
scripts and all.
Yes, absolutely. Because this is very, very important. You need to know the differences between manual testing and automation testing. Okay. Don't think that automation is Selenium. Okay. There are a lot of courses will be there. Automation is one of the part of, sorry, Selenium is one of the part of in automation. Okay. There are many other tools will be there. Okay. Don't think that automation means only the Selenium. Okay. In the real time, we are not work in the Selenium because they need to check whether their application is supportable with the Selenium or not. Okay, guys, can you put mute? Yeah, please. Thank you. Anyone new in this batch, guys? Again, one more time, I'm repeating. Anyone new in this batch? New.
Hi, I'm Vishada. I'm new here.
Okay. Hi. You're from?
I'm from United States.
Okay. Then it's a good morning for you. Good
Yeah,
morning.
good morning.
Yeah, okay, okay, that's fine. Okay, so we did three sessions. Actually, we done with the three sessions. That is what basic sessions. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so they will share you these videos. Okay, so they will
Okay.
share you these videos, video one and two and three. These are basics only. Okay, we are not started main part. So you
Mm-hmm.
can just go with this part. You have any questions or anything, you can let me know. I can help out on that. Okay,
Yeah,
but coming
sure.
sessions is very, very important. If you like, you can continue or your wish. Okay.
Okay.
Um,
Okay. Yeah.
okay. Do you know what is testing? Any idea about testing?
No.
Oh, okay, that's fine. That's cool. Okay. So what is testing mean? Simply, I can say that testing is nothing but to check the application. The application is working according to the client requirements or not. Okay. Suppose you are my client. Suppose you want some business. You want to start your boutique. Okay. You want software for that. So development will team will build the software for your boutique. That software is correctly working or not. The testing team need to check whether this software meets the requirements or not. We need to test. That is nothing but a testing. Testing is nothing but to check whether the application is working, not only application, whether the software or anything, whether it is working according to the client requirements or not. Okay, is it clear?
Okay. Yes.
Is it? Yeah, okay then. Okay, yeah, someone is asking. Okay, just go with the previous videos. Let me know. Okay, you have any questions, then you can discuss.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
Okay, because you no need to wait for again 30 days. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, that's good. What is SDLC, guys? Anybody? What is SDLC? Anybody?
It's
What is
software life cycle.
software?
Sir, development life cycle. It's
Software
Yes.
development life cycle.
What are the phases?
the requirement analysis, coding, testing, and production.
Implementation.
Sorry, implement deployment.
Yeah, deployment. Okay. So one of the important question in the interview, they will ask you what is SDLC. Okay, SDLC is nothing but software development life cycle. So what is this exactly? So every organization, they follow the SDLC process. What is SDLC? SDLC is nothing but software development life cycle. If you follow this process, definitely you will get what quality software you will get it. Okay, for every organization, they always follow the SDLC process. What is this SDLC process? It consists of detailed plan describing how to develop. Suppose I got a project, so how I need to develop that one, how I need to maintain that one, replace, I want to change the requirements. Okay, client will not be stand the same requirements. Client is always change the requirements. Okay, so we need to change the requirements. And enhancements, what is called enhancements is a new features. Okay, day by day technologies was changing, so new features will come, we need to implement it, the new features and all the things. So every organization, they follow the process is nothing but SDLC process. What is SDLC? Software development life cycle. Okay, whenever the project will come, what we will do first, we will not do first testing. Please forget about testing. Whenever the project will come, first step is what? Requirement capturing. The first step is what? Requirement capturing. Once we get the requirement, okay, once we get the requirements, who will collect the requirements? Anybody? Who will collect the requirements? Who will collect the requirements? We already did this part. Who
Yeah,
will collect
Sir,
the
business
requirements?
analyst.
business analyst.
Developers
Yeah,
will
Business.
business
Business.
analyst, BA.
Business
BA
analyst.
is nothing but, yeah, business analyst. Okay, business analyst will collect the information. Okay, collect the entire the information, what exactly client expecting. Okay, so once we got the requirements, based on the requirements, we will go for analysis. Analysis is nothing but whether we can do this project or not, whether this project we can do or not. Analysis part is very, very important. Okay, once analysis is done, then we will go for a design part. Once the design, again, design are two types: low level designs and high level designs. So low level designs can anyone can understand. High level design means who are experts, they can only understand the high level designs. Once the design is done, then we will go for a coding. Once coding is done, testing is involved. This is very, very important question. uh, First you need to understand where I involved in the SDLC process. Where you are involved in SDLC process after coding. Without coding we cannot test, right? Please remember this one. Without coding we cannot test anything. Okay, first phase is what? Requirement. Once we get the requirements, we will do for analysis whether we can do or not. After that, designing part. Once the design part is done, then the coding will start it. The coding will be done by developers, you know, right? So once development is done, then testing phase is involved. Once the testing is completed, then you need to give the certified, you need to give the certification, like you need to say that yes, we already tested, we already verified this build is working as expected. Then only we can go for the deployment and implementation, means it will go for the release. Okay, once it is released in the market, again we need to give what? Support and maintenance. Once we release the product in the market, again client has some issues, or client faces some issues, or our end users are facing some issues. So that issues we need to resolve by using of support and maintenance. Okay, they will give they raise the ticket for a support center, and we need to check the priority wise what is the highest, what is the priority of the issue. Again we need to resolve that issue, again we need to release the product. Understanding, right? One more important question: can we do 100% of testing?
No.
No, no,
No.
no one cannot do 100% of testing. It's not possible. We will release the product in the market. We will release the product in the market, but we cannot say it's a 100% of testing is completed. Okay, we cannot do 100% of testing. Okay, after the release, we get the client issues like data condition issues. Might be we'll see the data condition. Some client is using the different data. Some client is using different data. So sometimes, okay, not always. Some data condition issues might be will occur, but we cannot say like 100% testing is completed. You cannot expect a single issue after the release. No, we cannot promise to anybody. Please remember that one. No one in this world cannot say 100% testing is completed. We cannot say like that, but we are giving the trust to the client. The client is believe us. We are giving trust. Hey, believe me, we already tested this application, we already find the issues, we already verify, and our testing team is already completed complete testing, regression testing they're done, system testing they're done. Believe us, you can happily launch the product in the market. Then client will happily launch in the market the product. Understanding, right? But we cannot say to the client it's 100% is testing is completed. You cannot expect a single issue after the release. Okay, after the release we get the issues, but we need to what we can say that reduce that issues. We cannot get more issues to check second time. We need to reduce that issues. Okay, so that is very, very important. No one can do 100% of testing. Okay, good. What types of testing? What types of testing, guys? Anybody? What are the types of testing?
White box testing and black box
White
testing.
box and black box test.
Black
Tell
box and
loud.
white box.
Tell
Black
White
loudly.
box
box.
and white.
Yeah, because while you are telling, in your confidence will be come out. Like you are telling white box and black box means you are not still you are not confident about that. Okay, while in interview, I will tell you again and again, guys. They will check your confidence level only. They will not check your subject. Subject is later we can learn. And once you get into the job, you can learn the subject. They are not checking your subject. They will check your confidence level, how strong you are. How can I mold you? Once you get into the job, how can I mold you? They will check your confidence levels. Okay, so what are the testing types? Black box testing
Black
and
box and
white
white
box
box.
testing. Who will
White
do the
box
black
testing.
box testing?
Tester
Yes.
will do
Who will do
the
the black box testing, guys?
tester will do sir black box testing.
Black
Yeah,
box.
tester will do
White
the
box.
black box testing.
Black box.
Okay.
White box for developers.
Hmm. Don't tell speed, tell slowly. Okay. Excitement. Don't do the excitement in the interview. Okay, that's good. So there are two types of testing. One is structural testing. Another is what? Functional testing. So structural testing. What is the structural testing? Structural testing is nothing but a white box testing. So testing are two types. You know what? For what purpose we are doing the testing? We are doing the testing for quality. Don't say finding the bugs. Okay, only finding the bugs means bugs can find anybody. Please remember, not only a tester, a developer can also find the bugs. End users is also find the bugs. Okay, client is also find the bugs. Okay, don't say only finding the bugs. For what purpose we are doing the testing means simply you can say the quality. For the quality purpose we are doing the testing, and also we will find the bugs. Okay, and there are two types of testing. There are two types of testing. One is structural testing. Is what? Functional testing. What is structural testing and what is functional testing? So structural testing is nothing but is done by the developers. Is done by the developers. Okay. white box. White box means, yeah, white box testing is nothing but it's done by the developers. If you want to do a white box testing, what is required? You need to know the code. You need to know the logic. Who knows the logic? Who knows the code? They can only do what? White box testing. Simply, you can remember as a testers, we don't know what code and written there, and we don't know coding skills. So we never do the white box testing. So who will do the white box testing? Simply, you can say that the white box testing is done by the developers who knows the internal logic of the code, who knows the internal logic of the code and the application. Okay, if you know the logic, if you know the code, then you can do the white box testing. So generally, white box testing is done by the developers. So we can simply say that white box testing is done by the developers. Again, why developer need to test? Can anyone? We are already there, right? Testers is already there. Then why you are telling white box testing and black box testing? So
At least
for
once
is it required to test the? Go ahead. Yeah,
at
go ahead.
least once they have to test the
You want to
code.
tell something? Yeah. So developers always need to do what? Unit testing. This is mandatory for the developers. Okay. So developers always need to do what? Unit testing. They need to check at least one time whether my code is working correctly or not. This kind of testing we can call it as what? Unit level testing, unit testing, or a component testing. Understanding, right? Because as a developer, I have 10 years of experience. I'm returning the code, but at least one time I need to check whether my code is working properly or not before I'm sending to the QA team. Because if I'm not test that one, what will happen? Again, it will throw the error or some syntax errors or some war confidence. I missed the syntax, I missed the code. So what will happen? Tester will reject that code. Again, we need to wait for a build. Again, we need to wait for the next build. So it's a lengthy process. So that's the reason always they will check what unit testing. Developers is always do what unit testing. We can simply say that component testing, or we can say white box. White box means what? You can able to see the code. See, you are able to see the code. So that's the reason we can call it as what? White box. This we can call it as it's a glass box, a transparent box. We can call it as what? Clear box, transparent box, because I'm able to see the code. Simply, you can remember white box testing is always done by the developers. Okay, is it clear, everybody? And coming to the black box testing, see who will do this black box testing? Very, very important. So black box testing is done by the testers. Why? See, internal system is not considered in this type of testing. I am least bother what code is returning in the application. I never see the code. Okay, I never see the code because we never see the code. Okay, we only check how we will test the application. We test the application based on requirements and functionality. We never see the code. I can test the Python application. I can test the .NET application. I can test the Java application. I can test any kind of application because I never see the code. Then how I need to test that application? I always based on requirements and functionality. Give me the requirements. I'm ready to test the application. If anyone asks you, hey, can you test this application? What you will ask? You will ask code or requirements? What you will ask? If anyone asks you test the application, you will
Requirement.
ask the
Requirement.
code.
Requirement.
Yes, you will ask simply. I'm not a developer. Just give me the requirement. Definitely, I will test the application. Simple, guys. Very easily you can get into the testing job. But understanding the requirement is challenging thing here. Don't think that testing is easy. Again, it's very tough. Don't think that the testing is very easy. I will found the issues and I will report. No, you will need to understand the domain. You need to understand the functionality. You need to understand the flow of the functionality. You cannot do blindly. You cannot survey in long run. Okay, who have domain knowledge, how credit card will works, how debit card will works, how product will works, how Facebook is works, how Gmail will works. If you need to know all the things, then only you can find the more issues, and you can find the more and issues, and you can give the more and more issues. Understanding, right? You cannot do blindly. If you do blindly, you cannot serve long run. Okay, understanding, right? So Try to understanding the requirements. What is challenging thing here is what? Understanding the requirements. It's not easy to understand the requirement. Don't think that in the real time there is a login, username, password. Always instructors is always tell only one screen: login, username, password, login button. Don't think that the same screen will be in your organization. There are a lot of different functionality will be there. So first of all, you need to understand the requirements. Try to read twice and twice the requirement. Get into read two or three times, understand the requirement. There are help documents will be there. You need to check the help documents. Okay, before asking the question, don't ask immediately. Okay, in the real time also you need to first check the what is the requirement documents will be there or not. For that, if the requirement documents will be there, then just you need to see help document. This is the help document. Okay, I'm giving the example. Don't think that the same thing will be in the real time. Okay, I'm giving the example. So here the login, suppose you have some doubt. Okay, here what is the doubt is what is the option. So here they will mention what is the option, how you can use that. So help documents they will provide. So you need to refer the help documents, or you need to ask your buddy. Buddy is nothing but your friend or your colleague. Still you not get, then you need to approach your lead. Your lead is also not get, then you need to approach to the development team directly. Okay, because if you're not think you are depending on others, your brain will not be work. You always think that Karthik will come, he will tell. Don't do that one. Do not depend on anyone, because in the real time no one help you. Seriously, I'm telling you, no one will help you. Your task you only need to do. Don't think that someone will help, someone will do my task. No, you need to do your task your own only. So understanding the requirements is very, very important for the tester. You are not writing any code, you are not doing any logic and all the things. So simply you need to go with the requirements. First of all, understand the requirements, and also you need to understand the functionality. So testers is always depends on what? Requirements and functionality. We never see the code, guys. We never see the code. So we can test any kind of application. Cisco applications I can test. I can test the API, like I can test the API application. I can test any kind of application. As a tester, I can test any kind of application, because I'm not related to any coding. I can test Python application, I can test .NET application, I can test Java application, I can test Ruby application, I can test any kind of application. How I'm testing this application? Based on requirements and functionality. I'm always depends on what? Requirements and functionality. Is it clear, guys? So we required what? Requirements. We required what? Functionality. If you know these two terms, tomorrow also you can join any organization. No doubt. Not required learn all the subjects. If you know these requirements and functionality, can you put mute, guys? Please. Okay. If you know the requirements and functionality, you can start working tomorrow onwards. But you need to understand the domain knowledge. It won't come immediately. Slowly it will come. Okay, so black box testing is done by testers. Okay, so again we already know, right, what is boundary value analysis. We discussed, right, we follow some techniques. What is the techniques? Boundary value analysis. Okay, we discussed this point, right? What is boundary value analysis, guys? So suppose your requirement, I told you, right, testers is always depends on the requirements. Okay, my requirement is what? I need to test 6,000 numbers. Okay, we already done, but I'm recollecting all the things. Okay, 6,000 numbers. Okay, so how you will test this one? You know, right, what is the minimum value here? What is the minimum value? What is the minimum value, guys?
6.
Yeah, 6 is minimum value, right? So my requirement is what? I need to test 6,000 numbers. Okay, so always you need to take minimum value, and you need to take maximum value. Okay, here what is the minimum value? Here the minimum value is what? 6. Okay, here maximum value is what? 6,000,
6,000.
right? Yeah, 6,000. So what is the boundary value analysis means? Simply you can do what? -1 here, and here you can do what? +1. Okay, so what will happen here if you do like this? 6 minus 1, what? 5, right? Is the 5 is
5.
valid or invalid?
Invalid.
It should not allow. If it
Invalid
is allowed,
input.
yeah, invalid input. Yes, true. If you suppose the 5 is allowing means what? This is a bug. No need to ask anyone, okay, whether it is bug or not. Again, no need to test 4 and 5 and 3 because it is allowing the 5, right? You can reject this item. In the real time, we can call it as what? Item or a task. Simply, we can call it as two terms: item or task. This task is assigned on your name, so you can reject this item because 5 is allowing, so you can reject the item. Or in case, second case, suppose 5 is not allowing, okay, then it's working as expected. Okay, 5 is not. Now you need to enter the 6. 6 is what? Valid, right? It should allow. Okay, again, range. What is the range? In between 6 to 6000, you can enter any value. It should accept 6000. So it is what? Valid one. Again, enter the 6000 plus 1. Okay, it should not allow. If it is allowing 6001 means it is a bug. Okay, so make sure that you need to use what? The BVA technique. What is called BVA, guys? What is called BVA?
Boundary value analysis.
Boundary value analysis.
Analysis. Yes, boundary value analysis. Suppose I told you, right, this kind of requirements will come. We need to do what? BVA. I told you very clearly in the requirements they will give you requirement documents. Username should be alpha numerical. So in that case, what you need to do? One second. Where is? FRS. What is called FRS, guys? Anybody? What is FRS?
Functional requirement specification.
Yeah, functional requirement specification. They will provide this document. Yeah, they will provide this document. Okay, so this document they will provide. See, branch name. What is that? Branch name. This is what branch name. Now you got a confused. What I need to enter in the branch name? So not required. You always go to the requirements. Okay, you always go to the requirements. Okay, what is that? Branch name. Okay, in the branch name, how many characters I need to enter? Even I don't know. So then I need to refer what? Requirement specification document. In the document is clearly says that 4 to 15 alpha numerical value. 4 to 15 alpha numerical value. So here the requirement is clearly says that 4 to 15. So here what technique you can use? What technique you can use? BVA. So 4 minus 1, how much? 3. 3 characters should not enter. If we are entering 3 characters, it is allowing means it is a bug. If you entering more than 16 characters means it is a bug. Understanding, right? So how you are testing the application? Based on requirements. The testing, I told you, right? Black box testing. How you test the application? Based on requirements, based on functionality. So these two are very, very important. Who knows the requirements and who knows the functionality, they can test easily the application. If you not understand the requirements, you cannot test the single point in the application. So first of all, some people I observe many students, they will not see the requirements. Simply they started login and they will checking all the things. At that time they will success, but long term they're not success because they don't know what exactly it is happening. First of all, you need to go with what? Requirements. You need to understand the requirements first. What is happening? If I click login button, what page it is getting? In the page, what fields will be there? In the fields, the spelling mistakes will be there, alignment will be there. You need to check each and everything. What is called UI? What is called UI?
User interface.
Interface.
Yes, user interface. That look and feel is also is very, very important. Make sure that UI should be correct and you need to check UI should be correct or not. You need to check all the things. Okay, so black box testing is always done by the testers. We not required any coding knowledge. Any coding knowledge is not required. We always depends on the requirements and functionality. Okay, so that's the reason anyone, and it is irrespective to your things, we can switch to software side or testing side, but you need to understand what the requirements and functionality. Okay, so this is already we discussed, right? What developer will do, what tester will do. So what developer will do, guys, generally the developer is goes initially they will go through the requirements, then they will start with architectural designs. They will have the designs. Based on the designs, they will write DB designs. What is called DB? Anybody? What is called DB? What is meaning of DB?
Database.
Yeah, Yeah,
Database.
database is also very important. Okay, database administrator will be there. They will because backend is what database. Without database we cannot do anything. Where we will store all the data. So the database is very important. Okay, DB designs, UI designs is nothing but user interface. Okay, user interface is very important. Look and feel is very important. UML diagrams is nothing but you need to check. Uh, we need to check diagrams. Okay, based on the diagrams we need to understand. Okay, what developer will do, exactly what developer will do based on the design. The developer will write what coding, right? Once the coding is done, then what you will do, code review. I told you, right? Code review is nothing but your senior most person will review the code, whether you are writing the code properly or not. Every organization, they follow the standards. I will write my own code means they will not agree with that. Okay, you need to follow the standards, coding standards. Okay, you cannot write as you like ABC, class name is ABC, class name is Kavita, class name is Ravi. If you write like that, they won't accept it. There is always meaningful naming. There will always meaningful names. You need to give that one. Okay, so coding standards we need to follow. Once the code is done, code review is done. Once the code review is done, then they will do what, unit level testing. That is nothing but what, white box testing. See here the developer part is completed. Then coming to the tester, what tester will do, they will assign any task, the test plan. This is very important. Who are going with experience level, so 5 years or 2 years or 3 years, they will ask you what is test plan. The test plan is designed by your test lead. Who will design? Your test lead will prepare the test plan. We need required some plan how to test the application. What are the enhancements? What are the new changes? What is the metrics? Metrics means how much time to calculate it to complete the testing and all the things. Analysis, each and tools. We required some tools. We required some tools and resources. Each and everything will be defined in where, in test plan. Who will design the test plan, guys? Who will design the test plan?
That
Testing
the
lead.
test
Test
lead.
lead. Yeah, yes,
Test.
test lead. Test lead will design the test plan. Okay, in case if anyone assign any task on your name, in case what happened, uh, are you able to see my screen? Yeah, okay, then. Okay, test plan, right? The test plan is designed by the test lead. Okay, are you able to see my screen, guys? Please
Yes,
confirm.
sir.
Yes, Sunil.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
okay, okay. Yeah, thank you, guys. So test plan is very important. Your test lead will prepare. Okay, and test scenarios. Scenarios is very important. Last time we discussed, right? How I need to test some. Suddenly they will assign any item to you, like any task on your name. Verify the mobile phone. So they will what, the task name is what, verify the mobile phone. Okay, guys, please put mute yourself, uh, please. Okay, so they verify the mobile. Okay, verify the mobile. So how you verify that mobile? So that is very important, right? How you verify the mobile? So what are the scenarios of the mobile? Can anyone, what are the scenarios of mobile? What I need to verify in the mobile? Can anyone tell me what we need to verify in the mobile? Anybody?
So
What
the
we need to
the
verify?
version of the mobiles. What's the
Version of the mobile. Hmm.
version, the screen, the
Screen.
keypad, whether keypad is working or not. However,
Hmm.
the what is how much memory is there? How much
Hmm.
memory? And
Hmm.
then we have to check the
Hmm.
storage memory,
Hmm. Hmm.
like the front camera, back camera, and
Hmm.
the screen,
Hmm.
the color, what
Hmm.
color exactly,
Yeah, that's
the
correct. Hmm.
software,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
and and we have to
Good. So volume increasing and decreasing and power off, power on. So there
yeah,
are many things here.
yeah.
So you need to first identify the scenarios. Okay, any item is assigned on your name. Don't start immediately testing. First of all, think what I need to test in this one. So they ask you to test login screen. So in that case, first of all, you need to identify the scenarios. What I need to test in this login screen? Valid user ID, valid password, invalid user ID, invalid password, valid user ID, invalid password, invalid user ID, valid password. So the lot of combinations will be there. First of all, you need to identify the scenarios. Scenarios is very, very important. In the real time, they will ask you different scenarios. Can you tell me the scenarios of your watch? Digital or analog, body, color, width, height, and diameters, each and everything you need to check. All possible areas, not only one or two. So you need to tell all possible areas. Okay. So AM, PM, like it's each and everything you need to test in that. So identify the scenarios is very, very important. Okay. First of all, if any task is assigned on your name, first of all, you need to check what scenarios. Scenarios means what I need to verify. And next, you need to write the test cases. We already discussed, right? What is test cases? Condition, actual result, and expected result. I told you, right? Now I want to open the Chrome browser. So what browser should open? If I open the Chrome browser means what browser should open? Chrome browser should open. So now I'm opening the Chrome browser. If the Chrome browser is opening means what? Actual result is equal to what? Expected result. So my test case is pass or failed. My test case is pass or failed? Pass.
It's pass.
Yes, this is very important. See, test cases, how to write the test case. Most of the people are fear here itself. No, nothing. Very easy, guys. Very action. Some people are call it as an action. Some people are call it as actual result. Okay, actual result. Okay, and action or and actual result and expected results. If you understand, now only you can write the test cases. Expected result. Okay. So simple, guys. They will ask you write the test cases. Okay, there are two columns generally: actual result, expected result. Okay, now I want to test the application. Write the test cases for login screen for this application. So what I need to require first, if I want to open this one, I require the browser. So what I need to write? Open the Chrome browser. Where simple language. Okay, no need to write complicated language. Okay, open the Chrome browser. Okay, whenever you open the Chrome browser, see, you open the Chrome browser, what will happen here? If you open the Chrome browser, what will happen? Chrome browser is opening, right? Here expected is what? Chrome browser should be display.
You need some disturbance is coming in between.
For everyone, for you only.
I don't know. Some disturbance is coming. I don't know.
Okay. I think for me it's good. Let me check. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
So Chrome browser, guys, can you put mute others, please? Okay. Oh, here what exact actual result is? Open the Chrome browser. Okay, 1 hour I'm opening the Chrome browser. What is my expected result? What I'm expecting when I'm opening the Chrome? What am I expecting? I'm expecting the Chrome browser should be displayed. Yes, I'm getting the Chrome browser only. If I open the Chrome browser, what browser I'm getting? I'm getting Chrome browser only, right? If I open the Chrome browser, what browser I'm getting? Chrome browser only, right? This is what my expected. So actual result is equal to the expected result. Your test case is pass or failed. Simple, you can say that it's a pass. Okay,
Pass.
suppose you're opening Chrome browser. Open the Chrome browser, but Chrome browser is not opening. Okay, you are getting something, server is not found or something you are getting. So what will happen here? Okay, your Chrome browser is not opening. Okay, here open the Chrome browser, but expected result is what? A 404 error. 404 error you are getting. So what will happen here? Actual result is not equal to the expected result. Your test case is what? Failed. Simple, guys. How can you say this is a defect? How can you say this is a defect, guys? Anyone? How can you say this second line is defect? This is defect. How can you say? How can you say, guys?
Actual,
this is a defect?
yeah, actual result is not equal to expected result. So it's a bug.
Yes. Actual result is
So
not equal to the expected result. Yes.
So it is failed.
Yes, it is a fact. Simple, guys. In interview, how can you say it's a defect? Don't say I found, I clicked here and there. Simple one-line answer. Actual result is not equal to the expected result. In that case, I can write the I can write the bug. This terminology you need to use in interviews. Understanding, right? The terminologies you need to use. I'm putting 2 years of experience. If you are not know what is actual result, you don't know what is expected result. Now you are using this terminologies means then it's very difficult. Okay, so using this terminologies, what is FRS document, requirement specification document, what is BRS document, business requirement specification document, what is SRS document, software requirement specification document, what is PMP, what is PMP? Project management plan. What is test plan? Test plan is nothing but a test lead will design the test plan. At least you need to know this terminologies. You can easily answer in the interview. Blindly, I got a reference. You will join also after the reference will only hold for 1 or 2 months only. It's not for long term. Please remember. If I can take you and sit into the organization also, you cannot serve for a long time. Only 1 year or 2 years. After that, you cannot survey. So knowledge is a power. I told you, right? Everyone is a knowledge is a power. Okay, how much knowledge you gain, that much of salary you will get. Don't ask me how much salary I will get. 2.5, 3.5, very less salaries. No, I would not agree with you. You have a talent, then they will give you how much salary you want. They want salary, that much of salary they will give you. Only they will check your talent, their knowledge, and domain knowledge. Okay, don't compare the salary. 5.6, 3.2. No, how much knowledge you have a skill. Java, no, you know, automation, you know, manual, you know, APIs, you know, then expect your salary, how much you want. That much of salary it will come. Without comparing all the things, you simply expect my friend got job, he is getting 9.5, I'm not getting, means it won't be not possible. Okay, so knowledge is very, very important. You need to gain the things, acquire the knowledge. Okay, so here the test cases. Okay, once the test cases is done, then again integration testing. So integration testing is nothing but what I told you, right? Whenever the developer will give the build, right? Once the development is done, they will provide the build. So how they will provide the build? This is very, very important, guys. Okay. So once the development is done, generally the development team will be there, and developer will be there. Here, 2 developers or 1 developer, whatever it may be. Okay. Here, dev team will be there. Dev, we can call it as dev 1. Here, we can call it as dev 2. Okay. Dev 2. So here what they will do, here we have a server will be there, server. Okay, now a QA guy cannot go to the developer place, right? So QA guy will be here. Okay, like in another location, they are on another location, like assume like that. Okay, here is what QA guy is there. Now whenever the development is done, suppose the development 1 is done. Okay, so developer is write what, some code, right? You know, right? Some code you will write. Once the code is done, you need to do what? Unit level testing. Unit level testing is what? White box testing. And code review is done. Once everything is done, we got an approval, then we will push to the code check-in. We will push to the code into the to the server. Okay, in the server, this code, this raw code, we cannot test this raw code, right? We need to convert this raw code into the form of build. So they will provide the build. They will convert it into the build format. Build is nothing but you get URL. Build is nothing but you will get what? URL. Okay, URL is nothing but www.amazon.in or abc.com URL. Okay, HTTPS. Okay, secured site. HTTPS. Okay, abc.com. So this domain they will provide. You need to tester. You need to open this link. You need to open this link. Suppose he developed a home page, means you need to open this link and you need to check whether you are getting home page or not. Simply you need to, as a job, what is your job? You need to open this link. You need to check whether you are getting home page or not. That is what you are. What is testing? Check whether this application is working as per the given requirement or not. So given requirement is what? Whenever you click the open home button, home page should be displayed. So the same thing will be developed by the developer. Here the developer will build the code for a home. Once the development is done, oh, 1 second, guys. Okay, so whenever the development is done, then they will check in the code, and it will comes to the build format. Once the build will come, you will get email, build mails. What is called build mails? Okay, you will get an Outlook. You will get the mail. Okay, this is checking. So you need to click this button. You need to click this URL, and you can see that whether you are getting home or not. Here, suppose home is not getting. You are getting something wrong. Okay, suppose you are getting HOM, so that spelling mistake is there, so you can reject this one. What is the requirement? Home, but you are getting the wrong spelling or wrong link, so you can reject this build. Again, what will happen? The developer will rechange the code. Again, the developer will rechange the code. This build will not come again he will rechange the code, and they will give another build. See this, if you understand this process, you can easily understand how builds will come. Now this page, in this build, you can see the fixed one. What is the fixed one? The fixed one is what you already raised the issue, the fixed, and you will get a fixed one. See, now it is getting as expected. Now before fixed, this is what before fixed, and this is what after fixed. Okay, so you need to check each and everything in the real time as it is same. Okay, you will report the issue, the developer will fix it, and developer will give the next build, and the next build you need to check it should not be repeated. Home, previously you report, right, that you report, that reported issue should be fixed. Now after fixed, okay, you need to compare the before fixed and after fixed. In the build it should be fixed. So that is what testing is nothing but to check whether the application is working according to the given requirements or not. Every day we will get, not every day, like twice or a day, you will get a bills. You will get the bill from the developer. The task, they assign the task, right? So every time they will assign the task, the same task is always having a number. Okay, 9090. Verify the login screen. Okay, this is what task. Okay, whatever it may be, verify the login screen. Let us assume like this, your task name is what, verify the login screen. This task is assigned to whom? They will assign to whom? Developer. First, initially they will assign to whom? To developer. And the same task is assigned to whom? Tester. To him. I told you, right, without coding we cannot do this. Now what developer need to do? Developer need to do what? Coding here. Once the code is done, code review. Okay, we know already, right? Code review. Once code review is done, what will happen? Unit level testing. Okay, simple. Unit level testing. Okay, once unit level testing is done, he will go for integration. Otherwise, he will check in the code. Once it is checking the code, right, then what QA need to do? QA will get the same ID. Okay, 909. Okay, here developer is make it as this item as what? Done. From the developer point, this item is what? Done. He done the code, and he done code review, and he done unit level testing, and he has completed this task. Now once it's completed development team, then it will comes to the QA. What QA need to do? QA need to verify, QA need to test this one, and you need to write the test design. Test design is nothing but a test cases. Okay, test design. Once the test design is done, you need to what? You need to do what? Test execution. You need to what? Test execution. So if you done this both test design and test execution, you've done your testing, everything is done, you feel that this is working as expected, you feel that it is working as expected, means you can also make it as this item is done. So what will happen? Development is done, QA is done, this item is completely what? Done. This is what real-time process. How will the task will come, how the developer will pick that item. Once the development is done, then only the QA will. How much time? Someone is asking some question. How much time it will take the test one build? It depends on your task. It depends on your task. Okay, you are asking your task or a build? Okay, so one build means, see, we never test the build, we will test the items only. So there is another concept. It's a good question. There is a smoke testing will be there. Whenever the smoke testing, yeah, based on the requirements, And one more testing will be there, smoke testing. That is nothing but a build verification testing. If they ask to test the build, means it will take time. Okay, we don't know, right, what are the implementations is done in that build. So it depends on the completely on the requirements. What are the tasks is checking in that build? You need to know. You cannot say this is build is completed within 2 hours, 3 hours. You cannot say until unless if you know the requirements. Then only we can tell that how much time it will be taken. But generally, smoke testing is very less, like almost 1 hour or within 40 minutes we can test. That is what smoke testing. That topic will comes in the next sessions. That is very, very important. Okay. Any question, guys, so far? Anybody? Anybody? Any questions so far? Anybody? Any questions so far? Everyone is calm today. What happened? No questions? Can you hear me, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Any questions?
So far, no.
Oh, okay, that's good. Thank you. Okay. Today the okay. I think you are the first session, right? You can go that videos. Let me know you have any questions. Okay, I can
Yeah,
help out
sure.
with that. Thank you. So today the important topic is what testing techniques. Okay, what is testing techniques? There are two types of techniques. Okay, one is static, another is what dynamic. Okay, what is meaning of static and what is meaning of dynamic? Okay, generally two techniques we follow. Okay, no one will ask you this question, but general things you need to know. What is static and what is dynamic? Okay, what is static? We know, right? What is static means we can simply say the terminology in testing. The static is nothing but the application is checking carried out without execution. Without execution, I'm not executing anything. That kind of thing we can call it as what? Static testing. Okay. So without execution means what? Code review. Can you give me any examples of static testing? So we can say code review. What is called code review? So you are writing some code, the senior most person will review the code. Okay, he is not executing, he is not executing, he will not take the build and he is not running all the things. He is just view the code and he is telling the comments of that code. Okay, so that we can call it as what? A code review. Code review is nothing but without execution. Okay, that is what will comes on static. Coming to the inspection, what is called inspection? Inspection means what? So we are following some requirement documents, right? Whether you are following the correct documents or not, someone should inspect, right? But if I'm not inspect you, then what will happen at the end of the day? You are referring the wrong document, and simply you say that I'm not getting the correct output because I'm referring the wrong document. So that's the completely time is wasted, right? So inspection is required. The inspection will also comes on where in static technique. Okay, how project is works. Yes, inspection is very, very, very important. Okay, so we need to follow the requirement document. There are a lot of documents will be there, guys. For every task they will give you attachments and all the things. Inspection is very, very important. So whether we are going right documents or not, whether you are referring the right documents or not, that all will comes on inspection. Here also we are not executing anything. That's the reason we can call it as it's a static. It's a call it as what? A static technique. And one more thing, walkthrough. What is called walkthrough? They will conduct some meetings. Okay, they will conduct some meetings. Okay, whenever you have any queries or new implementations or new changes or anything in new components in the application, they will always conduct what meetings. Okay, in the meetings we can call it as what? Walkthrough. Okay, walkthrough sessions. So walkthrough sessions is nothing but they will conduct the meetings. Okay, so that is very, very, very important. Okay, so these all we can call it as what? Static. Static means what? Simply you can say that without execution, application is checking is carried out without execution. The application is called as a static technique. Can you give me any examples? Reviews. There are testing reviews will also will be there. You are writing the test cases. The senior most person will review your test cases. Your colleague will review. Peer review is nothing but your colleague will review your things. Okay, so that will all will comes on where? In static. Okay, Inspection, I told you, right? What is called inspection, such as requirement specifications, whether design and documents, we are following correct documents or not. All will comes on where? In the static. Simply, you can say that static is nothing but without without executing. That kind of things we can call it as what? Static technique. When coming to the dynamic, okay, dynamic testing. What is called dynamic testing? So dynamic testing means what? Application is checking is done by executing the application. What is executing? You are giving inputs, you are giving test data, valid user ID, invalid user ID, both are null values you are giving. So you are giving inputs, okay? You are giving to the inputs to the application, okay? Means you are executing the application. That kind of things we can call it as what? Dynamic testing. There are two types generally: static and dynamic. Static means without execution, dynamic means what? With execution. Again, the dynamic testing are classified into three categories. Again, white box testing, we know developer will execute the code at least one time. Once he written the code, he need to check whether my code is working properly or not before sending to the QA team. That we can call it as what? White box testing. Black box testing, we know, right? Black box testing, we always depends on the requirements and the functionality. Based on the requirements and based on the functionality, the application is working correctly or not, we need to check. That will comes on black box. And there is one more box, gray box. What is called gray box? The combination of white and black, we can call it as it's a gray box. Generally the testing are three types. Okay, don't say in the interview there are three types, there are two types. Always you need to tell white box and black box. Don't say two, three. Don't use this terminology. There are three types, there are four types. Don't tell like that, okay? Because if you are not aware of that one, again it will be gets a problem. So always tell the normal way. Testings or white box and black box. In case they ask you what is gray box, in case they ask you what is gray box, in that case you can say that the gray box is nothing but the combination of, excellent, yeah, Siva, correct, the combination of both white and black, we can call it as what? Gray box. Sometimes we required developer self. Without developer we cannot do, like you are inserting the data, that data is inserted correctly or not from the backend, we need to check. From that time we need to, both the developer and testers need to work together. Not only, we cannot work as an independent, like you cannot work as a developer, as a tester, we cannot work like that. In some cases we need to work together, okay, from the developer point and QA point. That kind of things we can call it as what? Gray box testing. Is it clear, guys? So yeah.
Srini, can you get an example of gray box testing?
Yeah, that is what I'm telling, right? So whenever I'm inserting the data, the column name should be a different one. Okay, let us think that that should be inserted in the database. How I knows that one? I've never touched the code, I never touched the database. So what I need to do, once I insert the data, I will ping to the developer and I will ask the developer whether it is data is really inserting from the database or not. So I need to cross check with the home developer, right? So database,
Okay.
if it is database item means I need to talk with the database person. If I'm deleting the
Okay.
record, that record will be, value should be 0. If I'm not deleting the record, the value should be 1. So that value part I cannot know. As a tester, I never see the database, I never see the coding, right? Some changes from the back end, then I need to take the help from whom? To the developer. Okay. Sometimes they need to change their account as a active, inactive. So in that case, I need to check with the development team.
Develop. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Srini.
Yeah, good. Any question, guys? Anybody? So testings are the two types, like techniques, static and dynamic. Okay, do not by heart, guys. Do not mug up. Simply try to understand what is static without execution. That is normal terminology. Without execution, that is what static. So static means what? Can you give me any examples of static? Means code review, inspections, and walkthrough. Walkthrough is a kind of meetings, right? That all will comes on where? In the static. What is dynamic? Dynamic is nothing but with execution. With execution is nothing but what we can say that white box and black box, and there is another box, the gray box. The gray box is nothing but the combination of what? White and black. That we can say that what? Gray box.
Srini, I have a doubt, Srini. In
Yeah,
this
please.
code review, generally it will be done by the developers, right? Code
Yes.
review, as you said, static testing is done in the review, is done with the developers, right?
Come again. Static
See,
will
if
done anybody. You
yeah,
can also do, and the developer also can do the static. It's not be like a specific one person. Though, no, not only on a developer. As a tester, you're
okay,
writing the test cases. Now you
okay,
are
okay,
you need to give the review for your lead, right? You are
okay,
initially you
okay,
join the whether you are covering all the scenarios or not. That your lead will check or your senior person will check. It's not only for development. Review
okay,
means it will
okay,
comes both testing and development. Yeah.
okay, 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 sure, okay.
Any question, guys? Anybody so far? Is it clear? Any questions? Shall I move for the next topic? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, good.
Yes.
Yeah. So, so always interact, guys. This is completely interaction sessions. You can clarify your questions. Everything you can clarify here itself. Okay, don't keep in your mind. Okay. So this is very good platform to discuss and share your thoughts and ideas. Everything you can discuss here. Okay. So coming to we so far we learned what is testing, testing types, testing techniques, SDLC. We learn all these things. Now, one of the important is what? Testing fundamentals. Very, very, very important. What is testing fundamentals? What is unit testing? Just now we discussed, right? What is unit testing? So generally the developer will write some code. Whenever the developer is write some code, right? Once he done the code, he need to do what? A unit level testing or testing a single module or a lines of a code, testing of a single program or a module. What is called module? So they will ask you, hey, can you tell me in your project what are the modules in your project? So what are the modules in your project? So these all we can call it as what modules. Okay. See, one not like stock item is one module, suppliers is what one module, purchases is what one module, customers is what one module. Can you please tell me which module you are working? So you need to tell that which module you are working. This is what module. Okay, in Amazon, if you go with Amazon site or anything, so modules is very very important. So this is what today deals is what one module. Mobiles is what one module. Okay, new releases is what one module. Gift card is what one module. Okay, which modules you have in your application? Can you tell me? Or they will ask you, can you tell me what modules you have? So you need to tell the project. First interview question they will ask you, can you explain your project and what are the modules in your application? Might be they will ask you. So the modules, or you can tell that two modules. Okay, today deals, mobiles, and best sellers, and gifts and coupons. So these all are what modules. Okay, coming to the unit testing. So unit is nothing but a lines of a code or a module. Suppose they ask you to do the unit level testing. Generally, I told you, right, unit level testing is done by the developers only. So they will ask you to test for only one module. Then you can say that it's a unit level testing. Okay, simply you can say that lines of a code. Okay, testing of a single program or a module or a unit of the code. That kind of testing we can call it as what? Unit level testing. Okay, when you're coming
Maybe
to second.
can
Hmm.
login screen be called as module? Can login screen also be called module?
Yeah, login module, that is what login module.
Yeah, login also can be called as a module, right?
Yes, login
Okay,
module. Yeah, you can call it
okay,
as login module, logout module. Logout means
okay.
what? Whenever you can log out, the application should be log out. Okay, that is
Yeah,
also
okay, that's a
we treat
module,
as a
right?
one
Yeah.
module. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, okay,
That
okay.
comes on functionality. You need to check according to the functionality, login functionality, and all the things. Okay.
So
Module means it's
it
a group.
also comes into
Yes.
so module is like, see, I didn't understand that login is also a
Mhm.
module and logout
Yes,
also a module. So
yes.
can we call it as unit level testing from my side,
You,
from tester side
you
also?
you can say that I'm currently working. You cannot say unit level testing. You can say that I'm currently working in login module. I'm currently
Okay,
working in logout module. You can say like that because unit level testing is done by the developers only.
okay, okay, okay,
Okay. So this is
okay,
what testing of a single program or a module or unit of a code. Okay.
okay,
So
okay,
generally we can say we cannot say like that I'm testing unit level testing and login. So we never see the code, right? We will never see the
okay,
code.
okay.
So you are
Okay.
testing what login functionality. I'm testing currently. I'm working on login functionality. I'm currently working on that is a single one, right? You can say
Okay. Okay.
directly
Single quote.
login. Single one login. Logout is the single one. But today deals
Okay.
you
Okay.
cannot say like that. Today deals there are a lot of things will be there. That will come on module. Today deals is a lot of things will come under the today deals. All the deals will be there. Watch it deals will be there. Subscriber, coupons, Amazon. If there are a lot of things there, then we can say that it's a module. Okay. I'm currently working
Okay.
on the module. Okay.
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 Today deals module, you can say.
Yeah. Under they suppose under today deals they ask you to test the coupons, so you need to test the
Okay.
coupons.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Srini. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Good.
Okay.
Good. Okay. So this is very very important. That is unit level testing generally done by the developer guys. And coming to uh, yes, package of modules is an application. Yes. Coming to integration testing, see again, this is also a very, very important. Integration testing is a process of combining the two modules, not only two modules, combining the modules and the data and the modules and testing the data flow between the modules. Okay, what is integration? You know, right? The name itself, which is the integration. Integration means what? Today deals is developed by you and mobiles is done by some other person. Now they integrated the two modules. Integrated means the combining the two modules. Once you got the application, you need to check whether these two modules are communicating properly or not. Communicating properly or means what? If you click the today deals, what page should be open? Today deals page should be open. You are currently in the today deals page. Okay. Now you are clicking mobiles. What page should be open? The mobiles page should be open. So integration is nothing but the combining the modules. Combining the modules means this is done by the another developer. This is done by another developer. Now we are combining the two modules and checking the data flow between the two modules are working properly or not. Okay, the two modules are communicating properly or not. We need to check that kind of testing. We can call it as what? Integration testing. So the interview they will ask, did you ever involved in integration testing? Yes, I involved in integration testing. Sometimes they will integrate it with new technologies like VB.NET to HTML. So in that case, I completely done with integration testing. And recently they changed the grids in the application, so I involved in the integration testing. Whenever they change any component or any style or anything, then we need to check entire the application whether it is integrated properly or not. So we need to check each and every pages, and we need to check each and every module. So that in that case we can work, we can test what? Integration testing. Okay, no one will tell you in the real time do integration testing and all the things. Suppose you got checking, okay, you got a build. In the build, today deals and mobiles will be there. Yesterday, tomorrow you will get best sellers, the another module you got. So we need to check whether the best sellers is working correctly or not, and also you need to check mobile is working or not, and also you need to check today deals is working or not. From the best sellers page to you are able to navigate these two pages or not, you need to check. That will come from where? Integration testing. Integration testing is a process. Combining the modules is the combining the modules and the testing the data flow between the modules. Okay, see, this point is very very important. Integration testing verifies that combined unit functions. Today deals is one unit function and best deals is one unit function. Integration testing verifies that combined unit functions together properly or not. That kind of testing we can call it as what? Integration testing. This can facilitate finding the problem that occurs any interface or communication between the individual components. Suppose one module is working, the second module is not working. So you need to check is there any integration issues are there or not. You need to check. So that is called, we can call it as what? Integration testing. It is also called as assembly testing. We are assembled all together and checking whether it is communicating properly or not. So this kind of testing we can call it as what? Integration testing. Testing fundamentals. What are the testing fundamentals? Unit testing, integration testing, and system testing, and user acceptance testing. So again, in integration testing, again we can call it as a two types. What are there? Incremental integration testing and non-incremental integration testing. Okay, what is incremental integration testing? Just now we discussed, right? Incremental integration testing is a process of testing in in which each unit is integrated one at a time. See, just now we discussed, right? One module is there. Okay, now the developer is added this module. Now another module is added. What we need to do? We need to check these two modules are working properly or not. Incremental integration means one module added at one at a time. Again, one module is added. Now tell me, I need to test only this module, and or else I need to test 1 and 2. So
Together we
here I
have to
added
test.
new module. Yeah. Any
Yeah,
other one? You need to test all three modules, right?
together,
Whenever any,
all
yeah,
together.
together. Whenever any new module is added, again you need to test all the things. That is what incremental integration testing. Incremental integration testing is a process of testing in which each unit is integrated one at a time into the system. Again, I'm adding one module. Again, I'm adding what? One module. Again, I need to check whether this module is communicating this module or not. Whether this module is communicating this module is communicating this module or not. This module is communicating with the first module or not. This kind of testing we can call it as what? Incremental integration testing. It is time taken because whenever I am adding any new module, what is happening? Again, I need to check all previous modules. Okay, from this page I can able to access this page or not. From this page I'm able to access this page or not. So this kind of testing we can call it as what? Incremental integration testing. Okay. So see, the data flow between the modules is tested as soon as new module is integrated. Whenever I'm adding a new module, again I'm testing the previous module is communicating properly or not. Okay, again I'm checking what? Data flow between the modules, whether I'm able to communicate with that module or not. This kind of things we can call it as what? Incremental integration testing. Okay, again incremental integration testing are two types: top down testing and bottom of the testing. Okay, it's very easy. Okay, top down testing is nothing but parent to child. Okay, suppose this is what there is a parent link will be there. Suppose if you go with the today deals or mobiles, okay, you can go with the mobiles. There is a parent link will be there. Okay, these are the electronics and mobile SIM cards. This is what a parent link. This is what a parent link. If you click the parent link will be accessed. Under the parent link there are sublinks will be there. This we can call it as what? Child links. Okay, whenever I'm adding a parent link to the child link, that should work correctly or not, we need to check. That we can call it as what? Top down testing. Bottom up means what? Child to parent. There is the child links will be there. I'm adding what? A parent link. So that kind of testing we can call it as what? Bottom of the testing. Top down and bottom of the testing. What is bottom? Top down testing means what? Parent to child. See, this is the parent. Under the parent there are two child links will be there. Okay, I need to check this link is working correctly or not. This link is working correctly or not. Under the top down means top to down it is working. Bottom up means what? The two links will be there. They added the parent link. The parent link should work and the bottom of the child link should be work. Okay, there are two types of top down testing and bottom of the testing. Okay, top down testing means what? Top down means what? Parent to child. Bottom up means what? Child to parent. The top down testing is the process of incrementally adding the module from parent to child. There is a parent link will be there, the child links will be added. You need to check the communication between the parent to child is working correctly or not. This kind of testing we can call it as what? Top down testing. What is the bottom of the testing? Bottom of the testing is nothing but the bottom of the testing is the process of incrementally adding a module from child to parent. Okay, there are child links will be there. Then after that they will added the parent link, and we need to check the child link should be work properly and the parent link also work properly, and also you need to check the communication between the child to parent link will be working correctly or not. You need to check. Okay, so don't worry, we never work on this one. No one will say that do the top down testing, do the bottom of the testing. No one will say like that. You will clearly understand by the giving the requirements what you need to test. So you need to follow that. Okay, in case they will ask you what is the bottom of the testing and what is the top down testing means, you can say that parent to child and child to parent. Okay, and one more thing, non-incremental. This is very very important. So here what will happen? Time taken, right? Here what will happen? Here it will taking a lot of time. Whenever any module is added, we are testing completely previous all the previous modules, right? When you're talking about non-incremental testing, what is called non-incremental? The name itself is saying that non-incremental. Non-incremental integration testing is a process of testing the product integrated every unit all at a time into the system and the testing the data flow between the modules. This method can used the save the time and integration process. This is also called as a big bang method. So what will happen? They will ask you stop the testing because we are not done all the modules. Okay, there take the few or five modules. Once they're done with the few or five modules, then they ask you to do integration testing. All modules are added at a time, one at a time. Like all the modules are added one at a time. So this we can call it as what, non-incremental integration testing. Okay, so what will happen? This method can be used to save the time and integration process. This is also called as what, big bang method. Okay, so generally only one thing I can tell you, integration testing is nothing but whenever added any new things or anything, you need to check the data flow between the two modules or communicating between the two modules. Not only two modules, combining the modules is working properly or not, we need to check. Okay, what is testing fundamentals? Unit testing, integration testing, and system testing. This is very, very, very important. All your interview questions will come, sir. They will ask you what is system testing. So system testing is, what is system testing? You know, unit means one module or one lines of the code. What is integration means? Combining two or three modules. But system means what? You need to test entire the application. See, the system testing verifies whether the application is working according to the software requirements or not. So generally, once we done all the tasks, we will do what? System testing. So interview, definitely they will ask you, can you tell me what kind of system testing you will do? So we'll see tomorrow. This is very, very important. Please do not miss tomorrow's session because system testing is very, 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 very important. Okay. Any question, guys? Anybody so far? Is it clear? Any questions? Yeah. Any question, guys? Anybody? So testing fundamentals, what are there? Can anyone? What are the testing fundamentals? Anybody? What are the testing fundamentals?
Unit testing, integration testing, and system testing.
Yeah, system testing, user acceptance testing. What are the testing techniques?
Testing techniques are integration testing and
No. What are the
non-integration
testing techniques? What are the testing techniques?
Tested as there are two types.
Dynamic and static testing.
Static
Yeah,
and
can you-
dynamic.
Okay, what is dynamic testing?
Dynamic comes we have black box, black box, white
No
box, and
problem.
green box testing.
Yeah, okay,
The
good.
white
I'm
box,
giving
black
you
box, and gray box testing, and we
what
have
is gray box
static
testing?
tests. Yeah,
The gray box
gray
testing
box testing is combination of white box and black box.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I'm giving a small suggestion. Don't worry, don't tense. Okay, take your time and answer it. Okay, don't worry. If you tell wrong, also not a problem because you tense, right? Might be it will take another way. Okay, that's good. Okay, no problem. That's a good attempt. Thank you.
Yeah.
We'll see you on tomorrow. Anybody have any question, guys? Last call. Anybody have any questions?
Hi, Srinivas.
Yeah, go.
Yeah, I'm new here, so I don't know about the whole program. How is it going? So can you give me a brief about how many days the classes would be and
Yeah, it's a completely a fast track. Every day we have a 1.5 hour session will be there. 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour 15 minutes the session will be there. In the 15 minutes the question and answers will be there. And it's a 20 days classes. There is no weekends. Every weekend also we are taking the class. All the weekends also we can take the class. In this complete course, we are mainly focused on agile methodology, Jira, and I can give you one live application. Okay, and so based on this, you can go for 2 to 3 years of experience. Not only 2 to 3 years, you can go with 5 years of experience also. Okay, it's completely a manual. We will cover end to end, like each and everything. If they give any application, you can ready to do that. So that kind of a experience we can give you. Okay, and everything will
Okay.
tell you in the Google, Jira, Agile, and one application, and all the things like that. Yeah, basic.
Okay. It's completely completely
Yeah,
manual.
completely manual. Completely manual. You can, after this course, you can apply job for manual. No doubt.
Okay. Okay.
20 days class. It might be, it will be expand like 2 to 3 days, like 25 classes. Right. It depends on
Okay.
us how the
So,
people are.
how many classes are already done?
3 classes will done. So you can collect the videos from the front office. They will provide the videos. You can ask them and go with that one. We are in now in basic level only, but tomorrow is all are very important. Today what you learn is very important. SDLC, what types of testing, and what are the fundamentals of testing. Tomorrow we are getting into the advanced topics like what is system testing and all that.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha.
You can call them. If still you have any question, you can discuss with me.
Okay. Sure. Sure. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.